Unaware of her true identity as the president's wife, Miss Hui attended the company president's birthday banquet. Unexpectedly, a snobbish colleague humiliated her in public, ripping off her clothes and mocking her as a wild country girl who had no place at such a high-end event. What no one realized was that the company president hosting the banquet was actually Miss Hui's fiancé. He had planned to use the banquet to reveal his identity as the president. Not long ago, the same snobbish colleague Zan had tried to force the girl into marrying a 50-year-old man in exchange for 100,000 yuan. But at the wedding, the girl courageously refused the marriage in front of everyone. The groom was over 30 years older than her and known for being a shameless womanizer. She asked herself, how could I, a fresh young girl, be given to such a pig? Furious, the aunt threatened to break her legs if she didn't go through with the wedding. But the girl wasn't intimidated. Instead, she ran off stage, grabbed a handsome man in the crowd, and boldly asked him to marry her. The man, who turned out to be the company president, was too stunned to react as she pulled him onto the stage. No dowry, no conditions, free wife, want one? She asked. Yes, he replied. And just like that, the two fled the wedding scene and registered their marriage. They became a legal couple after knowing each other for only a few minutes. At that moment, the girl had no idea that her new husband was actually the richest man in the world. Later, the president was stunned to see her electric scooter. What is this? He asked. An electric scooter? You've never seen one? She laughed. Seriously? There are still people who haven't seen one in this day and age? What kind of tough life have you lived? Come on, husband, hop on. Just as he was about to climb on, his assistant arrived in a luxury car to pick him up. The president quickly waved her away. He wanted to keep his identity secret for now to test the girl's character. Then the girl received a call from a company where she had recently interviewed. Initially, they were going to tell her she didn't pass, but upon seeing the president standing behind her, they changed their mind. You passed, they said. The girl was thrilled and excitedly told her husband, that's the assistant job to the world's richest man. Thousands of people applied. I must have stepped in some serious luck. The president smirked. You're way luckier than that, he said. He then carried her broken-down electric scooter all the way, over 20 kilometers, to her apartment. Exhausted and grumbling, he barely had time to complain before the landlord threw all of the girl's belongings outside and told her to leave. She pleaded that her rent wasn't due until the next day, but the landlord didn't care and mocked her for having money to support a toy boy but not enough for rent. He's not a toy boy, he's my husband, she declared. The landlord sneered, someone like you, ugly and poor, found a husband? The girl insisted their marriage was legal. The president, standing silently beside her, finally stepped in. The main group lets people like you represent them, he asked. Of course, the landlord replied. We're currently negotiating a land development deal. This place will be a commercial hub soon, and when it is, the property value will skyrocket. People like you get out. Unfazed, the president sent a secret message to his assistant to cancel the project. Moments later, the landlord received a call informing her that the contract was terminated. She was so shocked that she collapsed on the spot. The girl turned to her husband and said, well, I guess you won't be kicking us out anymore. Later that evening, the girl reminded him, do you remember our wedding vow? The president looked confused. To hold hands forever? No. I work outside, and you stay home, she corrected him. A few days passed, and the girl waited at the company for her new husband to assign her work, but he never showed up. What she didn't know was that the president had already informed his secretary to invite her to his birthday banquet that night. There, he planned to give her a wedding ring and publicly announce that she was his wife. When the girl arrived at the banquet, she once again ran into her arrogant aunt. How did you get in here? The aunt sneered. Shameless tramp. Look, everyone, a stray dog crashed the party. She threatened the girl, saying, since you're here tonight, don't expect to leave alive. The girl held her ground. I may have lost my dowry, she said, but I'm still a woman of high society.